Hey guys, welcome back to Shell's Island Flavor. So today this video will be on another oxtail recipe. However, this oxtail recipe is only stovetop. I'll also leave in the comment section down below in the description area another video that I also did on preparing oxtail, but it was stovetop and a slow cooker, also like a crock pot style. So in this video you'll see I trimmed my oxtail to get the excess fat off of it, and then I washed with lemon juice and then vinegar. I will leave all the seasonings I used in the description box down below. The ones I will not list, I will mention in this video. However, the powdered seasonings I will leave in the description box. So for this oxtail stovetop, I used a 1/4 cup oil it was, and this was to fry the oxtails as I did in the other stovetop method. Once the oxtails were fried, I then poured them back into the same oil, which was not a lot of oil that I used to fry them. At this point, I will be ready for the preparation for it to start cooking. Oxtail takes a very long time to prepare on the stovetop, and if you want your meat falling off of the bone, oxtail can take you anywhere up to 2.5 hours, 3 hours on the stovetop. It can also be done in the oven, which I will do in another video. So there's already a video with oxtails done on stovetop, and then I finished it in a slow cooker. This method is all stovetop. It's a meat that does not consist of a lot of meat on it. It's mostly bone, and I think that's one of the reasons why it takes this long to cook. Throughout the process, I used boiling water. Each time it's cooked, it's dried down. Then I added additional boiled or warm water to this to not reduce the temperature of the cooking process. So some persons, and this is optional, you can do it your way. You can use cold water. I prefer to use warm or hot water because the meat is already being cooked, so not to reduce the temperature. Once I am like a 2 hour in and I realize that yes, the meat starts to feel like it's about to cook, then I added in my onions, bell pepper. I used some ginger, not the powder. I used the ginger itself. I used a lot of garlic, which I already added. I added it once I finished frying, and I poured this in the pot. I added the garlic with the meat because the garlic is a form of tenderizer, so it will help to make the process a little quicker, even though it still takes long. So then once I add my seasoning on, I leave for another maybe 30 minutes to cook. Once the season is cooked on it, at this point I normally taste to see if it has the flavor I want it to have. I then leave to cook again. If I need to add additional seasoning to get more flavor, more taste in it, I'll add additional seasoning and I'll continue to cook. So throughout this process, as I mentioned, it takes a really long time to cook. I would say 1 full head of garlic, which maybe had maybe about 5 or 10 pieces on it. Plus I did use garlic powder. So throughout the process, you want to make sure that you're checking to make sure the water is not drying out, so the meat is not burning, because you're doing this on the stovetop. So you want to pay as much attention to how quickly the water dries out, because the water is being used to like cook the meat itself. You want to make sure that throughout the process you're watching it. I would say every time you hear it like boiling, you want to check to make sure it's not dried out. Keep your pot covered, medium to high heat. I started off high. Then once the meat started to fall off the bone, then at that point I put it at medium. Also, be careful when you purchase oxtail. It can be mixed in sometimes, meaning you can be cooking this, some will cook, some will not cook. The trick I've used for this is because you can run the fork through it to know if it is cooked. I know oxtail is like really expensive. So if you see some falling off the bone, I normally take them out of the pot and allow the other tough ones to finish cooking. Most times I buy it, I find it like that, where it's a mixed oxtail, where it's like different, where some will cook, some will not cook. You don't want this, because then you'll have some cooked, and then when you are ready to consume this, then you'll realize at this point that some are tough and some are cooked. You already have your gravy. What can you do? So I normally test before, and if there are pieces in it, which I see when I run my fork through it, it still feels hard, I'll take the ones out that are coming off of the bone, and I leave the others to cook. This one was not bad, but there were some pieces in it that were tougher than some. So again, a lot of garlic to help to tenderize the meat. Make sure it's cooked to your liking or your perfection. Then, as I always do, at the end of it, I added carrots at the end of it. And once the carrots are like glazed, I wouldn't say well cooked to be soft, then I added butter bean, and this is optional for you. You can do this however you want, but I added butter bean and carrots. You can also add potatoes to it. It depends on what you want. At this point, once I added the butter bean and the carrots, I leave on low flame, because then you want gravy. You don't want a lot of water in the oxtail. So once the water is cooked down, at this point, you want to make sure that most of the water is dried out. Then, as regular, I added a piece of pepper at the end of it, just to get an additional flavor. This also is optional. And there you can see my oxtail is already all done, all looking colorful, all looking delicious, ready for consumption. This can be served with white rice. This can be served with veggies. This can be eaten as is. This can be served with rice and peas or rice and beans, whatever your choice. Choose. This could also be eaten with hard food, but I love oxtails with white rice. It just gives a different flavor and taste, and the gravy on it tastes really nice on the white rice for me. So again, welcome all my new subscribers. Welcome to all the potential ones too who've been watching but not subscribing. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notification bell, so as soon as I post a video, you will be the first one to know. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. A lot more to come. Follow this journey. And I mentioned earlier, or in a couple of my videos, I reduce my salt intake, and I want to make that clear. The salt intake I'm talking about is MSG. That's sodium. I try to reduce as much of my cooking with that MSG because most of these seasonings are already laced with salt. If you purchase the ones that says no MSG, and as I mentioned, more to come on a journey that I intend to take from this YouTube. So follow this journey, share my videos, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment on any other video that you would like to see me upload. A lot more to come. Thank you again for watching. Please make sure you leave a comment. Don't be a silent watcher. Leave a comment, and if you tried any of my recipes, leave in the comment section. Tell me how it worked, what did not work for you, and any other videos that you would like to see me do. You can make mention of it. So we're at the end of this. Make sure you watch the video to the end. Thank you again. There you can see my dish served. No runny gravy, just a little bit of gravy to eat my meal, and I serve that with some tossed salad and some potato salad on this side with a little plantains. Again, thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. See you soon in my next video. Have a blessed rest of your day or week. Little snippet of some other foods I've prepped. The videos are all out on YouTube, so go watch, subscribe, like, comment, share. Thank you for watching. Make sure you watch this to the end. Bye.